Hey, thank you for contacting TheclinicaltrialsguruVideo.com. Hey, this is Don, and we had another question that was sent to us. That question is, if I can read it to you, what are the rights of a patient participating in a study as a volunteer? Well, first of all, just to let you know, anytime you go into a clinical study, whether it's an outpatient study or an inpatient study, you have the right to quit at any given time. Now, that may not mean much to someone who's doing a phase 1 study as a healthy normal. They've never been locked up in a hospital, so they know that, hey, if I go into one of these studies, I have every right to walk out the door anytime I get ready. Nobody can hold me. But someone who's been in a psychiatric facility for a 72-hour hold, 14-day hold, it means a lot more to that person. Now, typically, for those who don't know, you usually end up on a hold either because you're either suicidal, homicidal, or gravely disabled. Now, if you meet any of those criteria, most likely you will not make it into a clinical study to begin with. Now, back to the original questions, the rights of a patient as a volunteer in a clinical study. You can quit a study anytime you want. Give you an example. Let's say you have a 30-day inpatient study and you're 10 days into that study. Well, you can stop at any time you want. You really don't have to give a reason. Your reason could be because you just don't feel like being there anymore. You want to go home. That's your right. Now, what may take place is that the investigator or the doctor who is conducting the study, if that physician thinks that maybe you're too unstable to go home, based on their professional opinion, they may want you to stay a little bit longer. Now, they'll stop the study with you, but they may want you to stay a little bit longer to make sure that you are healthy and that you are in a safe situation to go home. The other way, too, is that if you decide to quit the study, any information that you provide to that investigator or the doctor that's conducting the study will help that clinical research study. Any data. Because they have to we're trying to determine if this is a good medication for someone or if it's not a good medication and they need to scrap it and go back to the drawing board. So by holding back on not really saying what's going on with you can actually do more harm than help. So I hope that answers your question. And again, my name is Don. I'm signing off, and we thank you for contacting the Clinical Trials Guru. Again, our email or website is www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Signing off until later.